Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Become a member, join Patreon, and Wraithax.eth domain name. You gotta love him. I'm gonna get the... Sorry, my pants are a little... There we go, we're good. So there's a couple things to go over today. We'll start off with OMI. OMI finally has $1 million in volume, in trading volume on the day, which normally... Water's so good. Normally does not happen. We've been between that $650,000 to $800,000 in volume. But today, but wait, there's more. We've had a nice million, and it went up about, I think, 6% on the day. But that being said, I don't know if it's necessarily because of the volumes. I think it's just because I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. I don't know if anyone's like autistic enough to go and just look at the buys and sells trades. At least I've been doing that on Bitforex, and obviously you can do it on Uniswap. You could do it on Coinbase Wallet. You could do it on Ascendex, OKEX, whatever you have. But on Bitforex, there's not a lot of volume. I don't know where my boy Jordan, where's he at here? Because he was the one that bought a little bit. Let me see where he bought it from. It looks like he bought it from Asset. All right, where did you? What exchange? Okay. He might have had it for Bitforex as well, but I'm not sure. Whenever I go to buy, I go and I see it's like 108.7 thousand. Oh yeah, it's Ascendex. All right, so whenever I go on Bitforex, I see, oh, this has an order, a sell order for 108.7 thousand. And then there's a buy order for 108.7 thousand. And there's like 3 or 4 on top and on bottom. There's multiple orders of that. So obviously those are bots. I don't know how much of the volume is from those bots and how much of the volume is from like normal people. So when I go and I take a look at it, every now and then, sorry, I love Bonnie Tyler. Every now and then you go and you say, hey, there's not a lot of volume here. Like when I was buying the other day, I bought, hey, here's a, 13,000 OMI. I'll buy that. Oh, hey, here's a... So, I mean, some people, what they do is, like, they'll set it... I want to set the buy order here. And when it comes down, and the order fills, that's what happens. But for me, I hate to do that. Because what if you... Like, you could be sitting there for, like, 24 hours waiting for it to fill. So I just go and look at the sell orders, and then I buy the sell orders. So when I look at something, hey, here's 13,000. Here's 28,000. Here's 99,000. Like, there's... A bunch of the buy orders are usually very, very low, and you have a bunch of those bots that are selling for, 108.7 thousand. And when you go to buy them, some get undercut, some don't get undercut, the rest of them disappear when one gets bought. Really interesting. So every now and then you have, hey, here's 3 million OMI. Here's a sell order for 8 million OMI. We had an order this morning, I think, for 40 million OMI being sold. That one, I don't know where that was, though. I don't know if that was Ascendex or Bitforex or whatever it was on. But that got eaten through, and that was obviously because we dipped, I think, to 0058 or 59, and then we had a very healthy bounce back up from that because somebody probably just saw that order and was like, yeah, this is dumb. I remember when it was at like 0078, and I saw an order for 0073, I immediately bought into that. It was like a 30 million OMI sell order. I bought like a million or so from it, and it lasted like 15 minutes. When you have someone that sells low enough below that sell order, you'll see like, oh, all right, the floor is, or the lowest sell order is 638. And then after that, it's 63841, and then 861. Like, it goes so incrementally, it doesn't matter at that point. So when you have things going at the 5th decimal places, up and up and up, or down and below, when you get something that says, oh, instead of going from 0006381 to 6380, and you go to 0060, and it's like, oh, immediately people buy that. So I don't know what it is that Jordan did, but for me, when he bought, I think 7,000. I'll go and I'll show you the picture that he said I could go and take a look at. And I'll go over the wallets in a second, but we're talking about OMI right now. This is important. Throughout the day, he had bought a total of $8,900 worth of OMI, which is right now is about 13.6 million. Now, he didn't buy it all at once. One of which I think was like $5,000 or $7,000, at once, and the price pumped just because of that. what I'm seeing with this is that if you have 100,000, unless there's a sell order for like 60 million OMI, or I think, yeah, because $60,000 would be, God, $62,000 is all you need for 100 million. Oh, that's insane. Um, and this is why, and I'll tell you, like, obviously OMI strategies in a bit, or I guess we go over that now. I posted a thing yesterday saying, hey, I'll do, how much would you pay to get your name tattooed on someone else? I was like asking for a friend, hashtag VV $ OMI. Um, and me and this one person working out a deal. I'll get his tattoo. I'll get his name tattooed on me for $1,200. Why? Because that's like almost 2 million OMI. Now, obviously, it's gonna be a little less than that because I have to pay the tattoo artist and whatever. I have to take time in my day. Um, and I know immediately what people are gonna say. All right, Chavez, you've officially gone off the deep end. Either like the autism's evolving and you're going full blown like retarded, or you've gone off the deep end and you're a full blown addict at this point. Well, what if I told you that every single OMI that I get from this particular fundraising that I'm doing is going to be held towards the end of the decade. I'll hold it till 2030. I mean, I'm going to be already holding $100 million or 100 million OMI until 2030 anyway. But whatever this is will be held until that point, and then it'll immediately go to charity. And again, most of that will go to charity anyway. But so I'm kind of saving face a little bit that like, oh, he's just buying OMI. Yes, but it's for charity. Anywho, it doesn't take a lot of money for this to pump. It takes a lot. Like I said, $6,000 pumped at 6%. If you have $100,000 and you want it now, like there's the buy orders that you'll see, you'll immediately pump it to like 000, well past 0007, probably 0008. And a lot of the buy orders that a lot of my whales have filled. I don't know if they're going to like at some point, if you're like me and it's like, oh hey, just dollar cost average here. I'm doing that because when I put in like $500,000, that's all I had. When a lot of these whales put in, a couple $100,000, like that's their position. Okay, cool. Keep me updated. Call me in a few years, and but keep me updated every week. But let me know when to sell. And they have their position, and they're fine. And I want to get into that with whales in a minute because there are many interpretations of the data that we had over these past couple days with whale wallets. And in my interpretation, I see a bunch of people that are trying to get into those whale wallets. Like, let's say if you're playing chess, right? And you're like a 800 level, but you really think that you could be like a 1600 level for chess. You play these 1,000 levels, 1,200 levels. How do you go and get to that 1600 level? Well, you have to beat everyone between the 800 and that 1600 level. You have to beat the people at 1,000. You have to beat the people at 1,200. And what do you have to do? You have to constantly play. How do you become a whale? Now, earlier today, about 16 minus 1 minute, like before this started, 9 minutes ago, I had just purchased my 300th comic. I am currently in the top 500 wallets. How do I do that? How do you become a VV whale? Well, the top 500 is a pretty good heckin' start. Now again, just because you're in the top 500 wallets doesn't mean what you have is really worth a lot. All of my comics are not worth a lot. I don't think I have any comic except for one of my low mint Hitmonkey rares. I don't think any of my comics are worth more than $5. Maybe a couple are worth like 6 or 7. Most of them that I've been buying have been under $2. Why? Because that's how you get in the top 500. Again, having your name on stuff. But there's some other people that are saying, okay, like my whale said, hey, I have my OMI position. I don't really need any more right now. If you think I should, okay, maybe I'll put a little bit more. And again, those buy orders were filled. Thankfully, we do have some new whales coming in. I have one whale that I talked to like 2 weeks ago that he didn't put in a lot. He's got like, I don't know. He put in a couple grand. I don't know. He's got like maybe 8 million OMI, 9 million OMI, whatever. I think my friend Lou is going to put in a little bit more. I think he has like 20 million, give or take. But so like new whales are kind of coming in, but the old whales, like the old guard, they have their position. And the interpretation that I'm looking at with the data of the not just the top 500 wallets. Hold on, I hate it when I have to put in my password on my phone because I never remember what it is. Here it is. When you take a look at we'll start off with the gooder news, which is the thumbnail. Now, Thantos. Thantos has a lot. If you have over 1,000 NFTs, you got a decent amount, and most likely some of them are worth a decent amount. Most of mine are not, but some of them are. And you have he has 5,000, but he had put over 10% of he had increased by over 10% by buying another 785 NFTs in 6 days. I'm sorry, 783 NFTs in 6 days. That is a lot. Even if they're all comics. Let's say they average to $2 per one. That's 1,400. I'm sorry, that's 1,566. That is $1,566 that you put in a week just to get that. Now, most likely, yeah, there's a bunch of cheap stuff in there too, but most likely there's stuff that he wants as well. I mean, again, they're not collectibles. They're comics, because the cheapest collectible I think is either the Earth Day stamp or the Year of the Bunny stamp, which are around $2.40, give or take. So even if you average it out to $3, okay, well, it's still over $2,100. And again, that's just one different thing that I'm seeing. If you go and you take a look at all the top 500, most of these people are buying. Now, granted, so a lot of them they bought 7 NFTs. Oh, they bought 8 NFTs. So if you ignore the people that are only buying in the single digits, like they bought 6, 9, whatever, you have a bunch of people. Hey, number 444 bought 56. You have number 456 bought 25. This person bought 35. This person bought 54. And then you see this quite a lot. You see this up and down through the top, from 500 to 400, and then you see what people are really getting kind of hung up on is a lot of the top, let's say 50 wallets. A lot of the top 50 wallets, they haven't been buying as much as they used to. Where you used to see everyone buying, well into the 3 figures a week. You have Zeus, in the top 10, bought 76. You have the number 10 spot, which bought 66. And yeah, you've got, let's focus on what I'm saying here. In the top 50 wallets, you have a lot of these people that either haven't bought anything or have actually sold a couple of things. In the top 50, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 people, 9, 10 people that haven't bought anything. They haven't sold anything, but they haven't bought anything either. Now, out of that top 50, let's see how many people have sold. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've had 10 people not buy anything, and you've had 5 people sell. So that is 30% of the top 50. Now, the rest of them are obviously buying, and some of them are not amounts, but still, that's 3 out of every 10 people that are either staying flat or are actively selling. Now, granted, that means that 70% of those people are buying, and they're buying a lot. So when I see that, I'm taking a look at some of these people that maybe have their position. Like out of those 10 people that have not bought anything, maybe they just have their position and they don't want to, add anything. I mean, you have a bunch of people that have put in millions of dollars each. Now, I'm not saying that just because you're in the top 50 means that you put in $1 million, but I know people that have put in $1 million. I know people that have put in multiple millions, like 9 figures. 7 figures, 8 figures is, that $10 million in overmark. So what does it mean? I think it means that whales which don't necessarily have that buyer's fatigue, I think that means hey, I have my position and it is what it is. Same thing as my whales that have this OMI. Have my position, they have money coming out the yin yang every which way. But they do what's called, they plan the trade and they trade the plan. Their plan was to go and buy X amount of OMI, X amount of dollars worth of OMI. They have that, cool, it's done. And because they're whales, they don't look at it. They're like, I don't want to do anything more with it. I don't want to try to get cute and try to time the markets and sell it or, buy it and do arbitrage. They just want to buy it and that's it, which is fine. That's cool. Buy and hold, about that all day. But again, me try to get creative because I see how stupidly undervalued this is. Again, this is just my opinion. You also have the Dr. Profit, what is that? You have the Dr. Profit interview that he had on the German, I think it started in the German Telegram group. It was on YouTube. It's in German. I think Patient Hodler goes and translates that. And it's a beautiful video that Patient Hodler did. It's in English. There is a bit in there that says, that kind of makes the assumption that David has a son. But they were talking about the New York Comic-Con dinner that Dr. Profit was at, and that was just lost in translation. And they were talking about Ron English's son was there, not David. David was there. Ron English was special guest, and Ron English brought his son, not David. So people might go and interpret that where David's got a son. Is that, was Chucky there? I don't think we had Chucky at that point. I just thought that was funny. Anyway, what else did I say I would talk about here? We've got 16 minutes. All right, what does my tweet say? Whale loss on Veve, speculation on OMI. Okay, so speculation on OMI, I don't know. I don't know what happens short term in the next 3 to 6 months. Like I said, I am contracted to work through Q3, and I'll probably be buying, I don't know. I could picture myself buying anywhere between 500,000 and 1 million OMI per week, give or take. Obviously, that does not include any creative ideas that I get. Like now I'm not going to say I'm going to do a Quid video, like, yo, Quid, give me $1,000 to do a video. Just because I really want to, if I'm going to do a video for someone, I'm going to really have to believe in the project. But that doesn't mean I won't get creative in other ways. Like if anyone wants to buy Dashi, or if anyone wants to go and not just rent out space on there, but they want to go and get their name tattooed on me, which again, I know sounds a little crazy, but if it's for OMI, that again, even at $1,000, even if I only use, or $1,200, even if I only use $1,000 of it, okay, well, in this 100Xs, that's $100,000. That's pretty heckin' nice. So I think that would be pretty worth it. If we go and we take, I'm trying to think, the OnlyFans thing has been, I feel like it's a lot of, it's both sexes. It's both men and women that are like, hey, you should do an OnlyFans. And like, you guys know what I look like, right? Like, you guys know this is not going to be this is not, I don't think too many people are going to go and view that. I think it might get a dozen people go and subscribe. But again, that like $8 a month that I might charge for that, told me that's less than $100 a month. I actually have to do some pretty nasty stuff. And yeah, I just don't think that's going to be a viable thing long term. If it's a one video thing and people want to pay like a certain amount, I personally like DM it to them or give them a link. Maybe that's something different. But that's, yeah, I'll keep y'all posted. And then we have after that, all right, update next week. Founders, David and Dan, they're back. It's not going to be an AMA. I will say two things, and I know OMI, I'll finish the OMI thing first. One big thing is going to happen this year. I don't know what it is, but one big thing will be. And you'll have a bunch of smaller things, and you'll have maybe a couple medium things. Smaller things, OMI to NFT, which I think should be a big thing, but OMI to NFT is one of the things that pretty much in the bag. OMI to NFT will be continue to work on this quarter. It'll probably be worked on a little bit in Q3. We'll probably get it in Q3. Even if we get in Q4, that's fine. I just hope we have another way of buying OMI so that, hey, now it has utility. Can we at least buy it somewhere? I don't care if it's not Coinbase or Binance. I know Alex had said before that US exchanges are tricky. Obviously, they're worried about a security issue there. What is KuCoin? Is KuCoin foreign? Or even Binance doesn't have they have a US thing, but just Binance, they have Binance US, but they also have not Binance US. And also Coinbase is moving to Singapore. I think it's Singapore or Brazil. I feel like Singapore would be the better thing. So, if that moves and suddenly, oh, hey, we're not a US-based exchange anymore. Now, obviously, that could take several months, if not years. But that is a very good thing that they're doing. That would only help Veve and OMI, I think. And when would I sell? I'd probably start to sell. Honestly, I don't want to sell this year. I made a tweet before. I'll go and I'll share it. I've talked about it here real quick, but I'll share it again. Oh, we have some sales to go over as well. So I said, if the price stays down here until the Bitcoin halving, I'll get 200 million OMI. Most likely, the price starts moving toward the end of the year in Q4. So I'd say the most likely, I'd say the most I'll likely get is 185 million, unless we see a significant rise in price. I won't sell any OMI this year, guys. If we go and we get to like, 0.005 again, and suddenly I have like, $1.5 million, whatever it is, right? No, that would not be it. That'd be 500,000 at 100 million. No, it'd be over a million. Oh God, I don't even know what. Because most likely I'll be at the 170 mark by then. Times 0.005. Yeah, 1.36 million. Oh no, that's eight. That's eight. I'd only be 850,000 if I had 170 million at that point. I still probably should sell a little bit. That I mean, if your investment does like a 9x or an 8x, it's probably a decent way to go and do that. Anyway, the updates, again, short term, we could go lower. If we have that community update next week, it might be the end of this week, they might do it the end of April, but I'm really thinking they won't do it until May. It's gonna be May. Sorry, I love that just Timberlake meme. If we have that and they don't mention OMI at all, I feel like that would be a very, very annoying sell signal for a lot of people. Now, obviously not me. I'll 100% buy. Like oh God, I'll do anything. I'll do anything for more OMI at that point if we go to 0004. Like what about 0005? I get it. You have to go there first. But we've kind of been flirting with that line and even crossed into that line a couple of times this last weekend. And on Friday I'll get a little bit more OMI. I might have a chance to get a little bit more because I'm supposed to go somewhere this weekend, and I'm looking over there because I have a bottle of Tequila. It's unopened. I can bring it and sell it. Honestly, I don't even want to. Like, it was my boy's like wedding celebration, so I really should go, but it's like 4 hours away, and like God, the gas and the tolls and the time, and we'll be able to make a video, but I could be selling that. That whiskey. I'm sorry, that tequila. But I would say I don't know. I had a dream that Street Fighter was going to be announced, even though I feel like that was already announced, but I feel like they're saying, "Oh, hey, here's the collectibles coming next month." I don't know why I had that dream, but I did. I had a bunch of weird dreams yesterday. It was I was watching a VHS tape that my friend Ty was in. He's been on the podcast before, Ty McDonough. And he died on the VHS tape, and we have this like bet that like that we're gonna out survive each other. Like I'm gonna live longer, or he's gonna live longer, and whenever we get the news that one of each other dies, we have to say yes, because we won the bet. We're not like betting any money on this. It's not like it's in each other's wills. But it's anyway. I just thought of him when I was like, oh hey, you died in this movie, I win. Anywho, the announcement is probably going to be, I would say some type of anime. It's got to be some type of license. Alex had mentioned that he was in the beta version of the Veveverse, and it kept crashing. So I don't think they're going to be like, hey, it's rolling out to everyone. They might announce the wait list. They might announce the queue that we're going to be a part of. Maybe, I mean, we should get another update in a couple days as well, because they've been coding. You code for a week, you test for a week. What you'll do is you'll go to Google, I don't want to say something. You'll go to your Apple Store, iOS Store, Google Play Store, and that where it says open, it'll say update. We should get that by Thursday. They should put it on Tuesday. We should get it by Thursday. It should be like one to two things. And they might incorporate that into the community update. But again, what did they do when they were in Asia? I think they were in North Asia. But what did they do there? Did they get some licenses? Did they get, what did they get? We'll see. Localization we've been talking about forever. Like, hey, when's Japan coming on? When's China coming on? When can we get this? How are we going to be able to onboard in China? Fiat. How are we able to do that? So, hopefully they had talked with X amount of companies and come to a solution. I think that would be really, really dope to get a bunch of new people on the app because, IP is great, but we announced Ubisoft. They have over 9 million followers on Twitter, and we got not a lot of people from them. So I really think going and marketing to Web3 is the move. I really think going and again, we've had a bunch of job listings also. So they're clearly hiring. They're clearly going, and they have money. What are they doing with it? I really think that a little bit of communication would be really cool, saying, hey, here's what we're doing with some of our money. Here's what we're doing with some of our plans to market and grow the app. And again, I don't really care. Well, not that I don't care. People will come in time, but a lot of what I see is people saying, hey, my bags are down. My bags are down. The drops aren't selling out. Although be advised, the drop sold out yesterday, but today, let's go over this real quick. We'll go in the Veve app, and today's drop, which was the Frank Miller Batman, Frank Miller Joker, not a ton sold. So 3710 minus 3419, and we're gonna have to multiply everything by 50. So 3710, so 3419. So figure that's 291, and then the Joker sold, okay, 1710, 994, plus 2 times 50. Yeah, so you sold about $50,000 today, which is fine. That's more than the drop yesterday, and the drop yesterday sold out. A lot of these drops, where you're doing $30,000. This is $45,000, $48,000. So I think that's pretty good. And then tomorrow you have the Punisher, first appearance of Punisher. I think that's a key comic. He doesn't go for a ton in a high grade, but he's just super awesome. He's super cool. It is $20 for it at $10,000 a pop. So I would say if you have 6, 7, 8. I don't know if it'll sell out though, because this is the same as AF-15. I mean, either way, even if it doesn't sell out, even if it only does half, it's still $100,000, which I think a lot of them will, because again, that gambling process, the amount of secret rares, I mean, people are just going to gamble, so it'll probably sell out. So they probably have, let's say, 175, okay, which is pretty good. So I'm pretty excited for it. Anyway, what do we got? I've been talking for about 27 minutes. I did have a couple of things that I don't think I'll go over, but I'll save for a video tomorrow. Where I am in the top 500. Yeah, hold on. How many NFTs do you have? And I'll see her in the top 500. Okay, where am I? We'll get to the comments here real quick. Jordan Reed says, let's go, Randy. Yeah, what up, Jordan? How's it going, fam? I'll try to have 163 million by the end of the week, but you do be catching up though. Wes, what's going on? Thank you for becoming a member. Saying Veve is silently grinding, excited for the new OUP. I'm really hoping that the OUP is one of the things that's announced. They've been teasing this article for quite a while, and it's obviously got to be a brand new update, because the updated OUP that we got in like November obviously is pretty much null and void. But they're going to be keeping a lot of that. They're not just going to start from scratch. They'll be going and saying, okay, these are all the things that are really good. These are the things that need to be changed. These are things that need to be thrown out. These are things we're going to shelve for regulatory security reasons. So I'm pretty excited what we're going to get, and the tokenomics. And again, here's why they might not release it though, because they're very, very aware of community sentiment, and they could talk all day about what they're going to do. If they don't deliver, it's like, okay, so that's really what I think they would need, and why. Not that they should say something, but I at least mention the token, because this is a catch-22, because people are going to say either way, oh yeah, you're going to talk about this, but when are you going to do something about it? And then on the other hand, people say, like, if they say, hey, let's just silently build in the background, people say, oh, why aren't you talking about the token? They get to mention the token, they say, oh, yeah. So it's really hard. They're kind of between a rock and a hard place with this. I don't think they'll wait until the OMI to NFT is almost done. You're not going to wait 3 months, another 3 months to mention the token. I think you're going to have to mention it a lot sooner. Like I said, I would see an exchange or two probably by Q4. what exchanges we get. I'm really hoping KuCoin or Binance. I hope for Coinbase as well, but they mentioned that U.S. exchanges are really tricky, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Oh, also, what I want to do is I want to go to my YouTube channel, The Fudge, and I'm going to go and ask everyone to show everyone here how to smash that like button. You just, free way to help support the channel. Totally go do that. I guess Hayden Christensen's going to be in the Ahsoka series, which makes sense. All right, 1117. All right, I'm going to, if you have, let's say, 1,117 collectibles, you are number 462. You are 462 in line if you have 1,117 collectibles. So yeah, I don't know if they're listening. Hold on. 4. Yeah. Okay. Now where was I? Michael Gazelle says, Randy, if OMI hits 3s and the 4s, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Start. Oh God, I don't know. At that point, I'll just eat it. I'll go and be like, okay, I'll work my consulting gig, and then I'll do other things. I'll work in other places. I'll just grind it out again. I'll grind it out for 6 months. Life will be hell for 6 months, and then when I have 180, 190 million OMI, I'll be like, all right, I'll relax a bit, and then I'll slow down the buying. But yeah, God, I'll do pretty much anything for more OMI at that point. Michael Zan says, also, no one can deny how bad the latest drop today was. What say you objectively? All right, so you're going to have to come at it a bunch of different directions. When you say how bad it was, do you mean the artwork? Because the Frank Miller Batman, like, the artwork is supposed to look like that. Maybe not exactly like that. Hold on. Let me show you what we're looking at. All right, Frank Miller Dark. Oh, my fucking fingers are so fat that I keep going to hit the space bar, and I keep going to hit the space bar. I wind up hitting the dot, and I keep sending links. All right, Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns. Okay. If you go and look at those pictures. Look at Batman. Is that look like a normal Batman? No, it's a completely different Batman. And then I'll go Dark Knight Returns, Joker. Well, like, does that look like the normal Joker that everyone sees? So a lot of people think that doesn't even look like the Joker. It looks like Frankenstein. It's supposed to look like that. Oh my God, these fake fans. So if you're talking about the artwork where it might not look exactly like it does in the movie, it looks pretty damn close. If you're talking about the money, I mean, it again, it grossed $49,000, give or take. So it did better than yesterday's drop, which sold out. Did better than a lot of other ones. So again, if it had done like a Tarzan or like a Moana where it barely sold anything, I'd be like, all right, yeah, this is a bad drop. But clearly it did better than those. And Moana was so successful. I don't think it made like $1 billion. I think it made like almost 700 million. But it was so successful that they're not waiting 20 years to do like a reboot. They waited like, you know what, 7 years is good enough. We'll go and or 6 years, how long it's been since it started. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go do a live action movie now. So that's how successful that is. Which again, so successful, but the drop didn't do well. Why? Because we're not really marketing. And guys, I'm telling you, you guys know we haven't marketed yet. This can turn around so freaking quickly, and when it does, I mean, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna lie. There's part of me that wants, like, I feel like that Katy Perry song. This is the part of me that I'm just gonna be. I'll make my videos because I told people I will, and I'll be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna enjoy my millions. I'm gonna work on my animal sanctuaries, and that'll be it. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is here like. because the team is extraordinarily busy and they seldom answer people, and I'm like one of the only consistent YouTubers that make videos every single day, live streams every day. Where do you think the DMs go? Like where do you think like the tags go? So yeah, I'm very tired at this point. Jordan Reese says Ascendex, bro. I thought that said boo, but then it said bro. I'm not gonna lie, a little disappointed. Wish it said boo. Smarty Pants 187 says, let's go. What's going on, Smarty Pants? How you doing, fam? Crypto Kate says, do you have a secret rare Captain America on Veve? I do not have one of those. I had one. I had a sub 50 at one point. I wound up selling that to a buddy of mine. Yeah, that was a good time. That was a good get. Wes says, financially, it's actually a good idea to get tattoos to get more owing. I think so as well. Something that I honestly, for people that have tattoos, I bet you 97% of them say that they forget that they're there more than half the time. You have some people that are like, oh, it's my, I'm not gonna lie. Almost everyone that I know that has tattoos, they like forget they're there. Unless they're like all over their body, which I guess I see it, when they have it. But yeah. Michael Zan says, how much OMI to get my full name tattooed from below the left eye to the right eye? So one side says Michael's, the other, I don't think I could do a face tattoo. A billion OMI? How much is a billion OMI? Probably not even that much. Hold on. Was it like $600,000? I think it's a $600,000. Yeah, it'd be about 600 something $1,000. So if you really want, sure, I'll do it. Jordan Riz says, yeah, I tried not to pump it too much. That's losing some OMI, but now I'm at 145 million. Oh, dude, that's freaking amazing. I'm so jelly. I'm so happy for you. You will. I really want you to surpass me. You're within 20 million now. You're close. You're very close. You can do it soon. Goo Blob says, Dr. Randy, what's your diagnosis? A first edition Charizard? Or Marvel Key, like Thor first appearance comic book? First edition Charizard. Yeah, that is it. And again, so if we take a look at Thor first appearance comic book, it's great. It's amazing. He is an Avenger. He's part of the original 6 from like the Avengers MCU. Thor is a demigod. Thor has so many amazing storylines, and just the Thor core, and just, oh my god, the Shakespearean way that he speaks and the characters, that is just a main staple hero that everyone knows and loves. Well, most people, if you're in the comic books, you know and love him. But Charizard is, like, how many people's favorite character is Thor? I imagine a small percentage, let's say 4% people, their favorite character is Thor. I mean, most people's favorite character is probably Spider-Man. Oh God, when you have a sitting president, when someone asked President Obama, what's your favorite superhero? It's like, I would say probably Spider-Man. Like, oh, you cannot get no higher honor. I would say most people's favorite hero is probably Spider-Man. And then again, you have DC. There's so many. So even if like 1%, 2% of people say Thor, when we were kids, most people's favorite Pokemon was Charizard. Nowadays, and again, you see that reflected in the price. Now, granted, your Charmander was a cool starter. He's fire, and Charizard's pretty much a fire dragon, even though he's not a dragon. He's just fire flying type. That fire flying type, really weak to rock, but again, nobody cares. It's just everyone just loved him. You just flamethrower every single mother flapper that you come into contact with. You slash them. Maybe you do agility, but I think you slash, you flamethrower, maybe a seismic toss or fly or body slam, whatever. But Charizard is everyone's favorite, or a lot of people's. For me, I love Blaine's Charizard. That's one of the cards that I bought the most of. I love Blaine's Arcanine. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. So Charizard, in my opinion, would probably be a better thing to go towards, as opposed to the Marvel key comic. But again, I'm thinking Charizard first edition PSA 10. You're gonna have to spend a couple $100,000 on that, and it has to be a real PSA 10 because out of the 126 that are out there, maybe 70% of them, 80% of them probably, yeah, that's good. It's a good Charizard. So it's definitely PSA 10. Sleeping Comics says comic rares are usually the best bang for MCP points per dollar. Yeah, they are. But I'm not doing it for MCP points. I'm just doing it for, what do you call it? I'm just doing it for the top 500 wallets. Goo Goo Blob says, I think it's interesting to compare a physical CGC, first appearance of Spider-Man, first physical card, first edition Charizard. Both have pop counts around 3,500, not NFTs, but still collectibles. The first edition Charizard, if we're going to talk about PSA 10, it has 126. The PSA 9s have thousands. PSA 8s, thousands, 7s. Yeah, so there's a ton for first edition PSAs. And that's just first edition, not including Shadowless, not including Unlimited. Unlimited, again, thousands. Tens of thousands for that. You have one print run for first edition, one print run for Shadowless, and then like 8 print runs for Unlimited, which is heckin' nuts. So yeah, but that first edition Charizard, you have the option of getting him in a lower grade. If you can't afford 6 figures for a first edition PSA 10, get a PSA 9. It's first edition PSA 9, like 20K, probably less. I don't know, it might be more now. I feel like Pokemon's on the up and up. Let's take a look. Let's go on the eBay and see Charizard. First edition, PSA 9. Let's see what the floor is on him. Should have put base set. Yeah, I'm going to have to go to Pokemon price because eBay's hecking up here. PokemonPrice.com. We'll go to sets. We'll go to base set. And we'll go to Charizard. All right, where are we at here, Charizard? Can I get... All right, first edition. There we go. No, I don't want a NFL Sunday ticket. All right, PSA 9. There be 712 of those mother flappers. Uh, 2021. Wait, hold on. There's gotta be more. There we go. 16,000, 20,000. Yeah, less than 20,000 you can get it for. Phil Dong says, I want an official MCP board. Oh yeah, you don't have one yet, do you? You don't have a... Oh no, you have MCP, but you don't have a board to see who's in... Yeah, it's a good point. We don't have an official board to see where people are placed. Those seem like exciting goals, don't they? Yes. Veve gift guy be tweeting at me. Be tweeting the Elon Musk meme. So now I'm gonna go and did not mean to do that. I'm going to hook in my power here so I can go in. Here we go. I love you. Dun, 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 dun. Goo Goo Blob says, I think Todd Batmans are the safest collectible. Here, ever Batman appearance and first Veve drop. What's safer than that? Yeah, it's dope. Those are really good. The Risos are really good. I think the partner statue might be... I mean, how many people here knew the difference between a Todd McFarlane Batman and a Eddie Riso Batman before the Veve app? Maybe half, probably less than that. Maybe 30% of people. I love the Riso. Artwork wise, I like the Riso Batman more because that's like he's a tank. He will heck you up. Todd Batman's like, it's an iconic pose. It's cool. Everyone knows and loves it now. But I don't know if we're talking about just artwork. Kind of want my Riso. He's jacked. He's yoked. What was I saying here? The partner statue. You don't have those options. for Batman, pick your favorite Batman. You don't like this one? We have a dozen others for you to choose from. And the same thing with Spider-Man. Oh, okay, you can't afford the secret rare. No problem. We have the ultra rare. It's still animated, still does cool things. Still, okay, cool. You have the common, the uncommon, you have the rare. You don't like, okay, well, what about Zombie Hunter Spider-Man? Okay, what about Ben Reilly Spider-Man? Is Peter Parker, but it's not Peter Parker. It's a clone of Peter Parker. Okay, well, what about, the Spider-Man Marvel Mighty? Okay, what about Miles Morales? There's so many options for these Spider-Men. All right, I did Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. All right, yeah. You don't have that for the wall. You don't have that for the partner statue. And again, that's not just. I know we call it the Walt. It's not just first appearance Walt Disney. It's first appearance Mickey Mouse. It's a double first appearance. Now, obviously, the original double first appearance goes to Homer and Bart, and we have never again since then. We have never again gotten another Simpsons character. No Lisa, no Marge, no Maggie, none of those. That's an amazing cast. We don't have any of them. We don't have like any of the. We don't have the family car. We don't have the nuclear power plant. Mr. Burns. We don't have anything. And that's a major license. Wonder why. So I think most significant double first appearance. I'm just going to think on again. I think Spider-Man's great. Obviously, the Todd is great. Those are very safe bets. Not financial advice, but that partner statue is. I cannot stress enough how incredible it is that we got that. Now, obviously, I love the Veve logo. I have 2 of them. Chavez, didn't you try to sell one recently? Yes, I did, because the Veve logo was at like 3,700. I thought I could sell some and buy OMI, which had gone from 00078 to 00063. And then the Veve logo went down to 3,111. So I took it off. Why do I love it? Because it's heckin' cool. Yeah, it's pretty dope. That Veve logo is not only a future grail, but it's the only rare item that I have doubles of. I don't have a lot of rare items on Veve. I don't. I think outside of the Veve logo, I have a couple sub. I have 2%. I have more than 2% of the sub 100 Marvel Mighties, but I don't have anything that's really worth a ton. I mean, some people that like the Marvel Mighties will like what I have, but outside of that, I have a bunch of secret alligator Lokis. That's about it. It's most of everything's in OMI, and again, the Veve logos. Yeah, that number 41. I told David, hey, if you want it, it's your company. You can get it. I said no, we're good. It's like okay, cool. So yeah, as far as what's safer than the Todd, not too much. The Todd is incredibly safe. So Goo Blob is correct on that. G-Flow says, does a downturn change your 10-cent prediction? No, it just means it's a bigger bounce. That spring, which was back here, and now it's back here. It's like, okay, this, like I said yesterday, it's gonna pop off. Well, I won't repeat what I said. It's probably inappropriate. But yeah, this is gonna pop off like Vesuvius. It's a better reference, better understanding. Not as dirty. Lord of the Realms says, let's go, Randy. We're still what? Are we still here? I'm still here. We're still buying. Michael Gazelle says, Randy, at Jordan Rees, you do realize you can immediately swap ETH and OMI on MetaMask direct just by buying ETH there or sending ETH over to your MetaMask, no exchange required. You can, but again, that liquidity issue, there's not a ton, and I think there's a price. I don't know. The price sometimes it fluctuates, so it could be more expensive or it could be cheaper. But I don't believe you can't just put $100,000 on there and just immediately swap it. And also swapping ETH for OMI. How much gas do you have to pay for that? Let me know. Sleeping Comics says, Randy, looks like you may need a new hat. A new hat, you say? Maybe. We will. Any ETA on that? Keep me posted. I love you, Sleeping. Michael Zen says, no buy, sell walls, no restrictions, immediate swap. Is there a limit to that? I could have sworn I tried that once, and there was like a limit to what I could do, so that's why I never tried it again. Or maybe I'm thinking of Coinbase Wallet. I don't know. I could be wrong. Lord of the Realms says, let's go, Randy. We're still alive and kicking. Never surrender to the bear. I'm buying more OMI. Still have faith. Same here, fam. Like I said, the goal is 200 million if we stay down here until next year. I don't think we will, because again, if Jordan Reese's $6,000 can pump at 6%, get one person in here. It's like, yeah, one new whale that wants to put in $100,000. Like, oh crap, we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be doing this for like a couple days. Trying not to pump the price. Yeah. Where was I? I still believe. Jason Amato says, which Veve gets probably 5K of that? That's not good. I don't know the percentages that flow to Veve. I don't know the percentages of the sales that, before and after taxes, before and after, just other expenses of the business. I don't know. I mean, a lot of it they probably just put right back into the business. Cloudcheck says, hey, Randy. Hey, Cloudcheck. Marvelous Pack says, Punisher comic not selling out. I don't know. It's a good gamble. Secret Rare should be worth a decent amount, enough for you to spend $20 on, or at least I think. I mean, I am. I'm gonna try it, so we'll see. Jason says, of course it not sells out. Marvelous Pack says nope. Jason Mono says, horrible take. Marvelous bots will make it sell out. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna probably have bots on that as well. How many? I don't know. We'll see. Collecting Fire says, everyone needs to like the stream. Let's all unite in positivity. Spread good vibes from this second on. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh. Sorry. My back hurts. Amara Atia says, in 2021, I was saying, if only I got in where prices at these levels. Wish granted. I'll be buying up. Congrats, Amara. Amara, do you want to come on I feel like I've asked you to come on the podcast before. I feel like you have had reasons why you couldn't. So let me try and ask again. Amara Atia. Meow, meow, meow. Oh. Hey. Want to come on the podcast soon? Oh, speaking of podcast, Dr. Stuff will be on the podcast on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be fun. Smarty Pan says, Uncanny X-Men number 64. Still only about 212 or so editions redeemed. Seems like it's going to remain the scarcest standalone comic on the app at this rate. Oh my god, you bought 6 of them. You heckin' mad lad. Dude, I'm jelly. Jelly. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Smarty Man's, how much for me to get a tattoo of your name? Eddie Almeida says, hey bro, what's your thoughts on the Hughes and Givenchy set? Just got to crate expectations. Well, the Patrick Hughes ones, those are... I think the Patrick Hughes ones in time will be extremely sought after. Because Patrick Hughes is not... He's quite old. I don't believe he's long for this world, and yeah, those things are probably going to be worth a decent amount. Now, I don't have them, but I think they're going to be worth a decent amount. And why? Because they're very cool paintings. They're from an artist that probably won't be here in 20 years, unless he makes it to 107. I don't know. If anything, probably going to retire before then. And Givenchy sets, the first, Givenchy, everyone, like, again, Disney had a thing with Givenchy, and the sweatshirts are like $1,500 for a freaking sweatshirt. It makes zero sense. So yeah, I think anything Givenchy is probably going to be pretty good. Collecting Fire says, can't wait for the OMI 10-cent Vegas meetup, Randy. This is a pre-gaming now. Let's go. I don't think we need it to be 10 cents to be a meet. I think we could do meetups at like 2 cents or 1 cent. I mean, I think we could do meetups at quite a bit more. What do I need it to be? I think 006 something. Assuming I have 170 million by this point. Let's see what we got here. 59 millionaire again. That's pretty dope. I'll take that. Eddie Almeida says, like y'all, pump the likes for yo Veve bags. Pump the likes. Jordan Reed says, I want a red OMI hat. You mean... Oh, wait, hold on. You mean like this? I don't know if you mean that or not. It could be. Yeah. Oh god, my body. Jordan Reed says, Akomi should start selling them. Maybe buy a Veve NFT of it first. Oh, that'd be dope. I can see that. I'd buy the fudge out of that. Eddie Omeda says 1 cent, I'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be happy 1 cent too. Probably get that next year. We'll see. Mr. MC1 says, going for Amazing Spider-Man drop on Veve tomorrow for 20 gems. I'll say, yes, wow, so cheap. Yes, pricey though. May have it 10 gems or no. I'm going to say yes, but pricey though. Which 36% of people had responded. 32% said no. 17% says yes, may have it 10 gems. And 14% said, wow, so cheap. Somebody said, I planted seeds of FUD so I can hit one for 20 gems. That's great. Oh, dude, Punisher's so freaking good. Oh, God, we gotta love Punisher. Amazing stuff. I'm gonna... Hold on. Sarah Austin is speaking. Caring about in real life events, but I cannot listen because I... Oh, lordy. Oh, fudge. I am doing other stuff. I'll talk for another couple minutes, and then I'll be out. Michael Zone says, at Jordan Reed's MetaMask swap price for OMI is slightly higher than what I've seen with Forex, but honestly, no liquidity issues that I've ever seen. Especially if you're only doing 1 to 2 million OMI buys, that's not bad. That's a decent. Yeah, I guess my mistake was trying to do too much at once, but yeah, that's good. Scott Gladys said, just got MCP this morning. Does it take a day or so to catch up the actual numbers? Sometimes it takes a couple days. Because it'll like I'll be like, oh cool, 400 points, 600 points, wow, 13,000 points. Wasn't expecting that, and now I'm usually at like 700 points. I don't know if it changed from because it usually changes at around like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so yesterday I had 877 points added. Yeah. Today I'll probably have, I don't know, 700 points. I didn't buy that much today, but I have 11, 18 collectibles. Where does that put me at? Hold on. I want to be in the top 450 next week, which I need to do by Friday. So I gotta step up my game here, and also again, I gotta save for the Marvel Mighties next month. We're gonna get that. Actually, we might get that in like 2 weeks, the Marvel Mighties. Because in a week from today, it'll be the 30th. And then 5 days from that, it'll be the 5th. So I'll be... Yeah, I gotta save some monies for that, Marvelous Pack says, lol, common and uncommon, Punisher below retail. Good luck gambling. Yeah, probably, but that's the fun of it. I mean, well, I'm fine getting it anyway, just because, it's a key comic. It'll be above retail at some point. But yeah, it's that chance. Like, people who play Lotto, even scratch-offs. Are people going to win every time? No, you lose most of the time. But every now and then you get something. So it's like, oh, hey. And it's just kind of the thrill of the hunt. And most times if you win, you get your money back, or maybe you win, $5 or $10 or $20. And it's like, oh, cool, nice. There's a little lunch. There's a little whatever. I'm glad I bought that. But every now and then, you win a nice amount of money. And it's like, and does it make it worth it? No. Well, not for scratch-offs. If you actually gamble like I do, if you count cards, or if you're really good at poker, you can do that. And gambling for a living is hard. I only did it just for extra cash, but makes it worth it. Now, obviously, most people, Qui-Gon Jinn, whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you lose. Again, for most people. But that's the fun of it. And again, in Web3, you just have a bunch of degens in general. So that's the fun. That's what I like. So I'll do it, even though, again, I really should save. But that secret rare is going to be a couple $100 tomorrow. It's $20. Worth it. Even if it's not worth it and you only get like a common or a uncommon, you have to sell for like $6. Okay, cool. And that's if you choose to sell. That's a key comic, so I might keep that. I don't know, depends. Or you can get a good mint number, so who knows. Chago Sola says, what's up, fam? Yo, what up, Chago? How's it going, buddy? Ow, my body. 99 Crypto says, all your money on OMI? Pretty much. I mean, I could, if I wanted to sell everything. Honestly, just that Veve logo. Oh God, I could probably get. I mean, now that we're in a bear market, maybe like 20K. But I don't. That even though that wasn't necessarily a gift, although it was. There's like when I asked David about it, or I ran into David the first day at San Diego Comic Con. I was like, "Hey, find me tomorrow. I have something for you." I was like, "Okay, cool." So that night, I ran into a friend, and she was like, "Oh, hey, look what David gave me." I was like, "Oh, I've heard people talk about these." And Zakari's like, "I'm gonna redeem it," and she redeemed it, and it was like, "Oh, this is cool." Um, and then I ran into him tomorrow. I was like, "Hey, you told me to come find you." He's like, "Oh, I didn't give you one yet." I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So he takes one from his back pocket. I get it. I was like, "Cool, I'll redeem it later." And I redeemed it, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's a number 41." Um, I thought that they had done that on the back end, and they had said like, make sure he gets the 41, but it was just a random card he pulled out of his butt or his back pocket, his butt pocket. Um, but so even though it wasn't intentional that I got the 41, it was still a card from David that happened to be the 41. So yeah, that's I don't think I can sell that. The other logo I have, the number 490. Yeah, I don't give a fudge. Not that I don't give a fudge about it, but I'll totally go and sell that. Mm-hmm. Oh, what was that? No retirement account? Retirement account? Spanish people don't have retirement accounts. If you have a retirement account, would you tap into that to get more OMI? If I had a retirement account, if I had a house, if I had anything worth any money at all, it would be sold for more OMI. I'm trying to sell Dashi for more OMI, and Dashi's been with me through everything. I want to say sell. It's more like, hey, give me 30 grand, and I'll loan you Dashi for 2 years, and then I'll give you 60 grand in 2 years, and I'll take Dashi back. You double your investment, and you get to have Dashi for a couple of years. So yeah, that is that's what I would do. Like I don't know if you're on Twitter, 99 Cryptos, but I'm working out a deal with someone for $1,200 to tattoo their name on my body, so I can get more OMI. And I have a lot of space on my back. I'm pretty fat, so I have a lot of space. Um, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do a bunch of them. Michael Gazillion says, Randy, what's your advice for preparing for a Dan David video next week? Should I be loading up now hard for OMI, or is this truly an insignificant move, regardless of the announcement? What's your take? Well, I can't really give advice, but we could go over all the scenarios. Okay, let's say worst case scenario is David coming in again. We'll do worst case, we'll do best case, and we'll dial them back, and we'll meet in the middle. Worst case, David says, hey, we have to let go of some people. We overspent money. Lawsuits costing more than we thought. We have to slow down a bit. So we're going to cut some devs, but we'll increase drops, though, to try to make the money back. And then from that, we can maybe hire some people or keep some people and pay some benefits, whatever. Pretty much everything's going to crash. Best case scenario would be we had sold 10% of our company to raise $200 million, and we bought a fudge ton of more OMI for the company. Or we're going to buy, or we're going to burn, I don't know, whatever it is. Like, best case scenario, like, hey, we raised $200 million, and we're going to use 10% of that, 20 million to buy OMI on the market. And pump it. Again, that would never happen. But again, going best and worst case scenarios here. So going back from the worst case scenario, they would say, hey, we have a big announcement, and then it's an IP that they might think is a big IP, and then it's really not a big IP. Like, let's say the big announcement is, hey guys, we have anime. Everyone's like, oh, anime, let's go. And it says, coming to you is Furuba, Fruits Basket, and you see Toru Honda going, hey, and of course, everyone else is going to be like, I don't know what that is. And you're just going to be going, yes, yes, yes. But of course, clearly, I love Fruits Basket. So when they go and they announce something, if it's not like a really big IP, people will go and say, oh, okay. And that'll be that. Even though they're going to miss the significance of, hey, This means they're starting to roll out Japanese products. They're starting to roll out other anime. Maybe this is a license that you don't like. Cool, whatever. But there are going to be other licenses that you will like. They're not going to start rolling out Japanese IP unless they might have all of their ducks in a row for Japan, for China. And again, this is one of the things that's possible. That I would say they announce an IP, they think it's a big IP, it's not really a big IP, but again, it does, that silver lining is that it opens the door. Another scenario is that they talk about stuff that, hey, good for Veve, this is cool, I like it, but they fail to mention the OMI token. If they go and they have a 30-minute video and they don't mention OMI at all, OMI could be going down. Things are going down, 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 down. So I mean, again, when you had that Binance AMA, and again, some of the questions on there are pretty good. David said so himself. He made a personal point to say, "Wow, whoever asked this question is really good." Like, oh, thanks, David. It was me. Yeah, if you have that, you could potentially look at. And again, what happened? They announced him as CEO of a Komi, and he was wearing his OMI hat, but they did not talk about OMI for a single second in that Binance AMA. So when you have a thing that's supposed to be big, and it could be big for Veve, saying, "Hey, we're hiring more." I mean, we've already seen it. I've already reported on it, saying they're hiring more people. And they are, let's say they got a new license in Asia, or a couple new licenses in Asia, or they renewed contracts for stuff in Asia. Great. That'd be so great if we had Hello Kitty. Oh, Chavez, aren't they on Recur? When was the last, like, come on, guys. That's not gonna, they're not gonna be there forever. Recur's not gonna be around forever. I would really like something like that. I'd really love a Transformers announcement. Be like, hey, Transformers movie coming out. Get your Optimus Prime. Dude, Optimus is so... Oh my god, he's the Spock of the Autobots, but better. So, you know, you could have... And these are all relatively negative, right? You have things that are good for Veve, but they don't mention the OMI token. Some things on the better side could be, hey, you guys want to know what we're doing with our money? We're hiring people. We are... I mean, again, if any money that they have they want to invest, they already have a bunch of OMI on their balance sheet. Were they going to buy more? I guess I could. I would say invest in other companies. I would really want them to work out a deal where they buy Square. Now, obviously, they have Cavernous, which is building their metaverse, but their Sensuo Akatu, I don't know what it's called. Their video game that they're coming out with that's going to utilize OMI. I don't know who's building that, but if they were to go and they were to raise some money, and they were to buy a piece of Square Enix, I would lose it, because then that means they could make a really good video game. Like, again, they make the Kingdom Hearts games, and they're Oh no, I'm sorry, Square Enix. Oh no, they do. They make the Final Fantasy games too, don't they? If I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Let me put this out. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Final Fantasy. Yeah. Stranger Paradise, Kingdom Hearts. So that means Veve or Komi would be able to get some of those profits from the next Final Fantasy games, from the next Kingdom Hearts games. Oh my god, that would be insane for the company. Yeah, Vivi's great. You're making money with that. Invest in another company that's going to make you more money for when, oh, hey, we're in a bear market and nobody's really, not a lot of people are buying as much as they were. Yeah, that, in my opinion, would be great. And then take a portion of those profits and then burn OMI with it. I don't know. I don't know what they would do. Best case scenario, hey, here's OUP. Hey, we have a specific team dedicated to OUP. We have a specific team dedicated to OMI. Here's us explaining the new OUP outline. Here's how it's good. Here's our estimates. Here's our timelines. Here's our timetables. For the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years. Hey, we have an exchange. Like, the best case scenario for me, well, short term. I mean, long term, probably. Like I said, I just went back to work, and I'm contracted through the end of Q3. If they go and they come out on an announcement in the next 5 to 10 days and say, yeah, we're dropping Binance, and that's going to drop in May 1st. okay, OMI's about to do like a 5x, but I'm gonna, God, I don't know what I do. I just, I guess I'll keep working, even though, you make a couple $100,000 on that. It's like, I don't know. Moving on. Dirk Latte says, "What big news?" They're just doing they're doing a community update next week. So that's, and I just threw out a bunch of scenarios that could be, hey, OMI go down or OMI go up, and anywhere in between there. Michael Zana says, Randy, would you say that these next 3 months through summer are going to make or break the future of OMI in this company whatsoever? No, not at all. I mean, it could affect the price in the current, in the now, in the present, short term. But the company's destiny is sealed. Like that is fulfilled. Like, am I arrogant saying I consider your O's fulfilled? Like that, it is written. They've won the decade. The only thing that it could affect is up until we start moving. Up until, like, again, you pretty much have peak FUD right now, and you could say, I know we kind of had a bounce today on like 0058 going back to 64, but I think that was mostly because of Jordan. Because Jordan put a decent amount in. It wasn't even that much. That used to be my daily. We put in like 10 grand a day, buying like 1.2 million OMI because that's how much it cost. Yeah, I would say if you have one shot, one opportunity, sorry, to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo, sorry. It would only affect the short term up until we get an exchange, up until we get liquidity, up until we get utility. That's really all it would take. Anyway, to think July 2023 comes and we don't have anything, yeah, it's possible. I mean, we could be in Q3 and they're still working on stuff and we don't have it. We could be at the end of Q3 and maybe they still don't have it. We could be in Q4 and they finally, upload it. And then we have utility. Then we have an exchange. We might not happen until Q4. That's why I contracted to work until the end of Q3. If I knew for sure that we would have the utility done this quarter, I would not have gone back to work. If I knew for sure we would have it done in Q3 and rolled out in Q3, I would not have gone back to work. Most likely, I don't say most likely, it's a coin flip. We might get in Q3, we might not. It'll roll out this year. I just don't know when. But yeah, it's possible we go to July and we don't have anything. So but again, that's good for us that want to stack. We want to stack in the long term. That's what we got to do. Anywho, that'll be it for me. I'm just gonna go over one YouTube comment from Frank saying, thanks for reminding me of the OMI fundamentals. Appreciated. I'll just say cheers, mate. Anyway, like I said, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for being with me here today. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Subscribe.